Alright, some people wanted a video on how to replace the circle pad when it wears out from playing Super Smash. We're actually talking about this rubber pad right here. Sometimes it'll snap off if you're using it too hard or something like that. So here we go. It's a pretty easy fix. First thing you're going to do is take these, got these rubber tabs right here. You're going to want to pop them out because they actually hold a screw behind them. Got one and two. Alright. You're going to take your, see if I can focus in on this. This is a Phillips 000 head screwdriver. It's the one you need to take these screws out. So you go ahead and take the two out up here. And you'll have to bear with me because I'm doing this one-handed so I can video it. You also got one on here where your game cart goes in, a little black one, same size but just a little bit smaller. And then this is your battery cover. You want to go ahead and take that off. And they actually don't come out. You just they actually have a thing that retains them, so you just loosen them up a little bit. And then you want to pop them off on the side. This is hard to do. Y'all see what I'm doing, but pop it there. Pop it right behind the stylus. And once more on this side. And the whole thing come off. Just set that aside. So you left with this. Let's go ahead and take this battery out. And next step is to, you have 4 more screws. You have one here, and 2 more on the other sides in the same locations. So let's go ahead and remove those. Alright, after you get those 4 off, you're going to actually take this back cover off. And the best way I found to do this is actually grab your SD little tab here and kind of just wedge it up a little bit. And you'll have to bear with me because I'm doing this one-handed while trying to get it on video. Nope, might help if I take the SD card out. Yeah, make sure you take the SD card if it's in there. Go ahead and pop it up, and she should just kind of pop away. Now don't go ahead and lift this thing off because you actually have ribbon cables that are behind this that you're going to want to take off. You got one up there and one right here. So what you want to do is you can use a plastic spudger. I'll just kind of use my fingernail. Go ahead and just pop them off. Just like that. Go ahead and set that on the side. Alright, here's the guy we need to replace. This is actually the module on the back. My camera would focus in. This is actually the module. Sometimes this thing goes bad too. You'll notice that's when you get like a stick that's really stiff or something like that, or clicks. Both of these are easy to fix, and I'll show you how. Go ahead, it's got 2 screws on the top, same size as the ones we've been removing before. Go ahead and loosen them up and set them aside. Alright, and after you do that, this thing comes out. Now remember, this is attached to a ribbon cable, so you don't want to just go pulling it off and moving it all over the place. So just kind of gently and steadily just kind of pull on it until you feel it release, and then just kind of flip it over. After you flip it over, you expose, you see that little, my camera's a piece of crap. It's a little socket right there. You do want to remove that, but the way you have to do that is kind of just take like I'm using a plastic spudger tool, but you can actually use your fingernail. Just be very careful not to take that tab off and break it. just kind of wedge it underneath there and just slowly kind of pick off, and it'll kind of come off like that. You don't want to flip it all the way over, just to where it's standing up straight like that, and then this will just come on out. I'm going to go ahead and remove this little plastic thing. This just makes it so it slides a little bit easier underneath there, and I just kind of set it on top of there, and then just kind of set this over on the side. Alright, here's the guy we need to replace. So the best way to do this is, there is a, you can probably see that tear in that. What you want to do is you want to line that tear up with the indentation on this thing. So I can do that one-handed. And videotaping. Okay, after you do that, you want to try to get underneath that plastic thing and kind of put one side over. See how it kind of twists off? Go ahead and just twist it all the way until she comes off. Go ahead and set her aside, and you're left with this just sitting here. Now the best way to remove this thing is just pop it up, and you want to wedge a side into the corner like that, and then just kind of turn it, and she'll pop right out. And then you're left with this little guy, and that's the piece you need to buy if you broke off. It'll break right there in that little corner piece. So anyways, hope this guide helps some people. The way, put it back, just do it the same way you brought it in. Just go ahead and stick it underneath there. Just put one side in and just kind of twist it in. There you go. And then just put your black piece right back on behind it. Same way, you just fold it in. I'm not going to do it on this video because it's hard to do one-handed. But just fold it in and kind of twist it in. So there you guys go. Hope this helps.